An old friend comes back as an enemy, and all sorts of little Easter eggs for episodes that came before and things that's coming in the future. One of the benefits of a 6-year run. Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing Arrow Episode 2, Tribute. And I guess the tribute was actually Oliver. So we have a lot going on. We have, of course, that Bruce Wayne reference that everyone's going to be talking about for weeks to come. But I'd like to remind you that we also had an Oracle name drop. Was that last season or 2 seasons ago? That name was taken. Either way, what we're doing here is trying to build a community where we can talk about the hows and whys of stories. I personally like comic book stories, so we do that a lot. If you're interested, hit that subscribe button. But for now, this show has a lot going on, and if you're not caught up, Oliver's baby mama was killed. Anatoly used to be a friend. His secret identity is out in the wind, but it has been before. Let's get into details. So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. So Oliver's son came to live with him after his mother died in an explosion on Lian that I guess they covered up by saying that it's a car crash, which is kind of blah. I mean, I guess they could have done worse. Now, with the FBI investigating, I'm assuming that this is the new hacker villain, the one that we mentioned last year that was working for Helix. In the meanwhile, the same way that Flash was dealing mostly with inner team issues, so was Team Arrow tonight. Black Canary is badass. In every version, every continuity, she is one of the most badass combatants, and it's a really good thing tonight, because when Diggle froze, she almost died. The secret the two of them hold about the degenerative nerve disease is going to play a big role in what happens, especially now that we have him taking over as team lead. Like Oliver said, the city needs a Green Arrow. We also have the whole father triad thing going on inside the mayor's office. All three of the main characters that work there are having issues with the fact of how they've raised or will raise their kids. Meanwhile, we have Terrific and Overwatch talking about something that doesn't get talked about enough on this show, or in general in superhero shows. How do we make money? And actually, that's a pretty good question. I mean, Oliver lost all of his money back a couple seasons ago. Yeah, now he's the mayor, but realistically, politicians who are honest don't make a lot of money, and I assume he's not dishonest. Well, except for the whole not being Green Arrow thing. He's very dishonest about that. But realistically, where does everyone get their money? Then again, Felicity was head of Palmer Tech for a while, so who knows how much she banked. I've never been the head of a corporation or a millionaire or even close to being rich or financially successful or successful in anything I do, whatever. So maybe it's just I don't understand money at their level. At my level, money is one of those things where it comes and goes as quickly as it can. So when I sit there and I see things like this and I hear that Mr. Terrific is doing coding, that sounds familiar to me. That sounds like something that would happen to one of my friends. Hey, I needed to make money, but I know how to code, so I grabbed a job that's paying X amount. Now, the whole reveal of Oliver's secret identity was wrapped up rather quick, because it was a doctored photo. And like I said in the beginning, yeah, there was the great, hey, they could have put Bruce Wayne's face on there. But realistically, there's only so many times you can disprove who you are. And now we have this FBI agent who I'm assuming is going to be a reoccurring, I don't want to say villain, I want to say antagonist to the characters on the show. But at the same time, we have the whole, who is the real hero there? I mean, seriously, she's doing her job, but can't Argus just do something about this? Can't Argus pull some strings? Delilah has to have some sort of pull here, right? I also expect that what Anatoly said is going to prove to be very prophetic. What's going to happen when William's face to face with someone who's not as honorable? And that actually brings up a rather interesting question. Do you think Anatoly was being honorable? I mean, he did threaten to kill someone, he did actually kill someone, but he didn't use any of his actual knowledge of Oliver's secret identity against him. That was just a coincidence. And the Bratva do have their own code. Does having a code mean you're honorable? Just something to think about, because the Arrow has his own code, and the Arrow is a villain, of a sort. He's at least a criminal, a vigilante. But okay, those were my thoughts on tonight's episodes, and because the Orville was on rerun tonight, we got to post it tonight as opposed to tomorrow. Let me know what you think down in the comment section, though. And like always, I could use your help now. If you could give me a thumbs up, the Orville crowd is kicking the comic book crowd's ass with number of thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Join our little community here, where I like to dissect stories, figure out the hows and the whys, and just talk about what the good and the bad is, and sometimes try to decode what's coming in the future. If all of that sounds interesting, I'm glad to have you, as we walk through the heart of the stories we tell. I hope you have a good night, and thanks for watching.